Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Are we all well? Yes? Great stuff. It's great to be here. My name is Pat Kenny. I'm the conductor of the Garda band. Just hello to my colleagues, the men and women of the band of Garda Síochána. Okay, as I say, it's great to be here. First of all, may I congratulate every one of you here today and wish you all the best, and I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and as they say, enjoy every minute of it, and well done. That first piece we started off was by Shuman, and it was called Strike Up the Band. It featured one of our members on saxophone. Would you put your hands together, please, for Garda Ian Finley. Would you like a song? Yes, why not? We're going to introduce you to one of our members of our trumpet section. Would you put your hands together, please, for Garda Charles Kavanagh. I want you all to join in with this one. It's called Save the Last Dance for Me.
You can dance, every dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. And you can smile, every smile for the man who held your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. Yeah. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. Whoa, darling, save the last dance for me. Here we go. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never, never let you go. I love you all so much. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone, can he walk you home? You must tell him no. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in his arms you're gonna be. Save the last dance for me. All those hands together, come on. Oh, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing, but while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in his arms you're gonna be. Save the last dance for me. But don't forget who's taking you home, or in whose arms you're gonna be. Oh, darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, baby, won't you save the last dance for me? Oh, baby, won't you save the last dance for me? Save the last dance, the very last dance for me. Woo!
Yes, why not? Once again, on vocals, Garda Charles Kavanagh. That man that was featured earlier on saxophone there, Garda Eden Finlay. Also in the saxophone section, would you put your hands together for another soloist, Garda James McCaffrey. And the leader of the section here this morning, we're going to feature in this next piece. You'll all know it very, very well. It opens up on bass guitar, a man by the name of Garda Síochána. And on the alto saxophone, we have Garda Mark Wilde. This one's called Peter Gunn. Yes, very well done indeed. Once again, on alto saxophone, I think he deserves a big round of applause. Garda Mark Wilde. A few more members to introduce you while they catch their breath. On the extreme right, as you look up on trumpet, would you put your hands together, please, for Garda Paul Hendy. Next to Paul, the man in the middle there from Dublin, Garda O'Connor. Okay, I think we'd like to slow things down a little bit now. We're going to feature a member of our clarinet section. His name is Garda Andrew Gillespie. It's a beautiful solo indeed. It was a hit many, many years ago with a man by the name of Artie Shaw, a very famous clarinetist. But a beautiful number indeed. It's called If I Had You. Garda Andrew Gillespie. Yes, very well played indeed. Once again on clarinet, Garda, Andrew Gillespie. Almost. Okay, time for another song now. We're going to bring out a man I introduced to you earlier on baritone saxophone. Will you welcome to the microphone, please, Garda James McCaffrey. And he wants you all to join in along with this song. It's called Oh Lonesome Me.
Everybody's going out and having fun. I'm just a fool for staying home and having none. I can't get over how she set me free. Oh, lonesome me. That mistake I'm making by just hanging around. I know that I should have some fun, paint the town. A lovesick fool is blind and just can't see. Oh, lonesome me. I'll bet she's not like me. She's out and fancy free. She's flirting with the boy with all her charms. But I still love her so, and love her, don't you know? I'll welcome her right back here in my arms. Well, there must be some way I can lose the lonesome blues. Forget about the past and find somebody new. I thought of everything from A to Z. Oh, lonesome me, Ian Finley. She's not like me, she's out and fancy free. She's flirting with the boy with all her charms. But I still love her so, and brother, don't you know, I welcome her right back here in my arms. Well, there must be some way I can lose the lonesome blues. Forget about the past and find somebody new. I thought of everything from A to Z. Oh, lonesome me. Oh, lonesome me. Oh, lonesome me.
Yes, once again, Garda James McCaffrey on vocal. Okay, are we all enjoying ourselves? Yes. Everybody okay? Yes. Everybody wide awake? Yes. I know it's early. Well, it's afternoon now, but it's still early-ish. I've just got the nod there. We've 4 or 5 minutes left, so I said we'd have a little bit of exercise before the minister comes on stage. What would you think of that? Yes? Yes. So we're all wide awake and cheery-eyed, ready to go. Is that okay? Okay, I'm going to split you into 2 groups. Ladies, you're going to become part of our woodwind section. So when you see our woodwind section, stand up. Ladies, I'm going to ask you to stand up. So you can put your handbags and everything on the floor, because we'll keep a good eye on them. No one's going to take them. Alright. All the ladies stand up. Let's see how many ladies we have. Up the back as well, yes. Very good. Oh, we've got plenty. Very good. Lads, you're up against it, that's all I can tell you. Okay, so when you see the woodwind, that's when the ladies stand up. So everybody sit down again. Gents, you're not getting away with this. When you see our brass section, stand up. Brass. Gentlemen, that's when you stand up. See how quick the lads are up to their feet. See that? I tell you. Very, very good. Okay, is everybody okay with that? Okay, everybody sit down again, so. Now there's only one catch. You have to clap along in time to the music. Is that okay? Sounds easy, but we could get a little bit faster, so listen out very carefully. A bit of fun, it's called Pie in the Face Polka. I'm impressed. Lads, you can't let me down though, okay? Gents! Very good. The lads even good though. Ladies! Joe is the gents. Gents! Ladies! Gents! Are you ladies? Very good, ladies. Very good. Okay, I'll sit down now and have a little rest. Have we got the hang of it now, yes? Everybody okay? Very good. Because we'll be getting kind of faster, and that's where it gets a little bit more difficult. Okay, here we go. Ladies. Very good. Very good. Okay, here we go. Ladies, gents, ladies, gents, ladies, everybody.
The formal part of your citizenship ceremony will now commence. Today's ceremony will take approximately 40 minutes. I would now ask you to please switch off your mobile phones. Could you all please stand as the national colours are now being brought on parade? Please remain standing for the entrance of the Minister for Justice, Equality and Defence, Alan Shatter TD, and the presiding officer, Her Honour Judge Sarah Berkeley. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Minister for Justice, Equality and Defence, Alan Shatter TD.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Aren't the Garda band fantastic? Can we give them a big cheer and a round of applause? I want to start off by saying that I'm happy to join you on what I know is a very special day for all of you who are becoming Irish citizens. It's an important day in your life, in the story of your life. It's also important for Ireland as the host nation, bestowing the honour of citizenship on you. It is about you, the applicants, becoming citizens of our democratic republic when you make a solemn pledge to uphold the ideals and principles which we all cherish. It's a day when we celebrate the enriching diversity that migrants have brought to our society. and welcome you as our newest citizens. Today, 3,900 people from 121 countries will join the Irish nation. I'm also pleased to extend a welcome to your friends and family who have come today to these magnificent surroundings of the Convention Centre to witness this joyful milestone in your life. I know the decision to become an Irish citizen is one you did not take lightly, and today is a major event in your life and that of your family. The oath you'll soon take is a solemn personal undertaking, and I know it's something that you take with great sincerity and with good faith. As Minister for Justice and Equality, I have the responsibility and duty on behalf of the Irish nation to ensure that the grant of citizenship is given in accordance with the laws of our country. Over the past 3 years, I've made decisions in almost 78,000 cases. Each application is given careful consideration, and I take each decision to grant, or indeed to refuse citizenship, very seriously. I'm conscious that obtaining Irish citizenship is a life-altering event, not only for you, but for generations yet to come in your family. It affects your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. In 1948, the great-grandfather of President, actually in 1848, the great-grandfather of President John F. Kennedy migrated to Boston in the United States from County Wexford. If his ancestors had not in their day become American citizens, JFK, as he became known, would not have become President of the United States. Here among you, among your children, or your grandchildren, or even your great-grandchildren, there may be a future Taoiseach, or President, Judge, or perhaps a Minister for Justice who will be granting citizenship applications to others in future years. We should never lose sight of the fact that becoming an Irish citizen creates that possibility. We need to dream to fulfill our dreams. JFK himself, more than most, had a keen appreciation of that great promise of fulfillment. All awaits you and your family. Next week, our own President, Michael D. Higgins, will embark on the first state visit of an Irish head of state to the United Kingdom. This historic event, following, as it does, Queen Elizabeth's successful visit to Ireland in 2011, symbolises the coming of age of our country, and it's fitting that we do so as a more diverse, multicultural nation, proud of our heritage, but also looking with optimism to the future, to the potential of all our citizens being fulfilled and embracing within it the diverse cultures that each of you bring with you on the day you become our citizens. It's an interesting coincidence that towards the end of her visit to Ireland, Queen Elizabeth's visit here was celebrated in this very convention centre, on this very stage, when a performance from various Irish entertainers was put on to celebrate the visit. She was sitting in the auditorium that each of you are sitting in this afternoon. So in your own way, you're kings and queens of this ceremony as well. Today's ceremony is greatly enhanced by the presence of Judge Sarah Berkeley, Judge in the Circuit Court, who will perform the role of presiding officer. And I'd ask you to give Sarah a cheer and a round of applause. Judge Berkeley will be administering the Declaration of Fidelity to the Irish nation and loyalty to the state, which is the final part of the citizenship application process, without which you cannot become an Irish citizen. We, of course, also have with us the band of Garda Síochána, who I mentioned earlier, under the command of Inspector Pat Kenny. Bet you didn't realise not only do the Gardaí do a great job in preventing crime and investigating crime, but they're damn good musicians as well. I would like to thank members of the band for their wonderful performance and for being with us today as we go through 4 separate ceremonies. From our Defence Forces, the participation of the Colour Party under the command of Captain Alan Rath honours our national flag and also underlines in a very significant way the solemnity and dignity of the ceremony. And I want to say to them, thank you for your presence, your contribution to this event, and could we give them a round of applause. Of course, to thank the staff of my department in the citizenship ceremony, in the citizenship section. We wouldn't have this ceremony today, none of you would be here with us. They're doing an extraordinary job in ensuring that we process our citizenship applications with greater efficiency than was the case in the past, in organising the ceremonies that we're having today, and I'd ask you to give them a round of applause. Since we first commenced citizenship ceremonies back in June of 2011, by the end of today, including today's ceremonies, 88 ceremonies will have been held and over 68,000 people welcomed to Ireland's national family through naturalisation. I think that all of you here now, together with all of those who've been granted citizenship since that date, deserve a big round of applause. Because we're now in a position where the majority of applications made are determined within about 6 months of being received. About 70% are determined that quickly. I know for others, some of you here with us today, it's taken longer. Occasionally complications and issues arise which extend the time. But we're very far away from the position it was when I first became minister, when it took between 3 to 4 years for many people to have their citizenship application. At that time there was a backlog of 22,000 applications going back a considerable period of time, and I'm happy to say that's no longer the case. The introduction of citizenship ceremonies such as the one today has been crucial also to the change that we brought about. If, in the context of our processing applications with greater speed, resulting, by the way, in our now having increased numbers of applicants for Irish citizenship. If everyone had to now do what was the case prior to 2011, if everyone had to go down to our courts, the district court, and swear an oath of citizenship, we'd had a huge court backlog, or the courts would have been overwhelmed with the numbers. So this ceremony, as both a celebratory occasion and as a solemn ceremony recognising the importance to you of this day, has also had the practical effect of ensuring there isn't an additional backlog prior to and wait prior to your becoming Irish citizens. I think it's truly uplifting to realise that this tiny island, which is home to us all, at the edge of Western Europe, facing into the Atlantic Ocean, has as its citizens, as members of our national Irish family, people who've come to live with us from every country on this planet. I think that is quite extraordinary. As you leave here today as proud new citizens of this republic and constitutional democracy, I think it can be truly said that our history is your history, and the narrative and history of your life is now part of our history. In a few moments, you will make your declaration of loyalty to our nation and fidelity to our state. These are solemn and serious pledges, and it's the duty of us all as citizens of a proud nation which values inclusion and diversity to uphold them. Following that, we will stand and face the national flag, both in respect and remembrance of past generations, while celebrating the present generation and celebrating you, our newest citizens. I want to congratulate you one and all on becoming our newest Irish citizens, say to you, we welcome you to the Irish nation. I now want to formally invite Judge Sarah Berkeley to say a few words and to administer the very important oath that will result in your becoming citizens of this state. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that I preside over today's ceremony, such an important and joyous occasion for you all, as individuals as well as for our country. It is indeed a great privilege to be part of this momentous occasion. My role in today's event is twofold. Firstly, it is to finish the final part of the application process to your becoming an Irish citizen. In a few moments, you and I, working together, will complete the all-important legal formalities which are part of the naturalisation process and which signify that you have become an Irish citizen. This will involve you making a formal and solemn declaration of fidelity to the nation and loyalty to the state. It is a strict requirement in our law, and without making it, you cannot become an Irish citizen. Having said all that, don't be alarmed. It's not difficult, and nor does it require any special skill. I know you've already been told about it, and I'll go through it with you again, so you can all relax. The second aspect of my role here today is to speak to you for a few moments on what becoming an Irish citizen means. Naturally, and that is clear from all the smiling faces I see here, this is a very happy occasion for you all. It is an occasion which you and your families and friends will no doubt cherish and remember for a very long time. Indeed, I suspect it will be spoken about in your homes for years and generations to come. That is as it should be, because it is a key defining moment in your lives. Many of you will be thinking of family and friends in places far distant from here, those who you dearly love to be here to share this moment. Because of that, it is also a great day of emotion for all of you. You will have encountered many twists and turns of one type or another in your life on the road that led you here today and to shortly becoming an Irish citizen. Today is truly a special occasion. All of you have lived here for a number of years as part of the qualifying process for naturalisation, and it doesn't matter whether you're a native-born citizen who can trace your ancestors back through the ages, whether you became a citizen last week, or whether you'll become a citizen in 5 minutes from now. You share in all those rights and protections that this state confers upon us, as well as the duties and responsibilities it asks us to take on and uphold. Through the right to vote, for example, you'll participate in selecting your representatives for local councils and for the National Parliament Dáil Éireann. You will also be asked to vote in referendums to approve or reject proposed amendments to our Constitution, Bunracht na hÉireann. Moreover, elected office is now open to you. You may seek a democratic mandate to put your name forward as a candidate and to represent others. Of course, in acquiring these rights, you also assume the duties of a citizen. There is a duty to engage with Ireland, to promote the well-being of our communities, our villages, towns, cities and our neighbourhoods. We ask that you do your best to become good citizens, to uphold all that is best for the common good, and of course we ask, as we ask all citizens, to obey the law. As I look at the group of people gathered here today, I see great diversity. I imagine the varied backgrounds from which you've all come and the different paths which have led you here. As new citizens, you will contribute to the development of our nation. You will be part of this inclusive and diverse society. Each and every one of you has unique experiences. You have different cultures and traditions. I urge you to carry these with you on this new journey. I urge that you share them with your fellow citizens at the same time as learning from their experiences, cultures and traditions. Together as a people, we can only be all enriched by this great variety and diversity in life's experiences. Please embrace the ways and values of your new country. but never forget the cultural influences of your countries of origin. Keep them alive by sharing them with your children, your neighbours, your communities. We do not ask you to turn your back on your native country. Far from it. We want to hear about it. We want to learn about the things you celebrate, the things that are important in your native communities, the events that are important in your lives, the events that you commemorate, and so on. We are, as Irish people, a naturally curious people. We ask questions out of a genuine interest in learning about these things. You will all have seen 2 weeks ago our celebrated National Day, St. Patrick's Day, not just here, but right across the globe. That, of course, is a direct result of Irish people down the ages, as well as in our time, embarking on an immigrant's journey, just like you. We want to know if, when and how you mark your National Day. For example, do you have coloured parades? Does everyone dress up in a particular colour? Not green, I hope. I think the Irish have cornered that market. Before administering the declaration, I'd like to acknowledge the tremendous work undertaken by the staff of the Irish Naturalisation and Immigration Service in dealing with citizenship applications. The improvement in processing times of these applications should also be highlighted. The Minister for Justice, Equality and Defence, Mr. Shatter, made this a priority when he took office in March 2011, and it is clear that the changes and reforms he has implemented are bearing fruit. Minister Shatter is also responsible for devising and establishing, for the first time in this state, a ceremony to mark in a very special way the granting of Irish citizenship. I would like to thank the Citizenship Unit and the Department of Justice for their work in organising this wonderful ceremony today. The music that we're all enjoying is provided by the Garda Band, and I'm sure you will join me in thanking them and the Colour Party for contributing to today's special atmosphere. And so I offer you all my warmest congratulations on the commitment you are about to make. You have worked hard to attain our common citizenship, and when we leave today, we must all work hard to sustain it. And now I invite all candidates for citizenship to stand as I formally administer the Declaration of Fidelity to the Nation and Loyalty to the State. So first, let me explain what we are going to do. I will say the word I, and then all of you will say out loud your name. I will then say of, and all of you will say out loud your address. After that, I will say each line of the declaration, and you'll repeat it after me. So let us begin. I, of, having applied to the Minister for Justice and Equality for a certificate of naturalisation, hereby solemnly declare my fidelity to the Irish nation and my loyalty to the state. I undertake to faithfully observe the laws of the state and to respect its democratic values. Congratulations, you are now citizens of Ireland. So, if you could all be seated, and I'll call on Minister Shatter to make some closing remarks.
Well, when I stopped speaking a little while ago, you were all about to be citizens. You are now all citizens. Congratulations. Now, I think this morning has been too easy for our new citizens, so I'm going to ask them to stand up just once more. I'd like to just invite you to stand up once more. Now, when you walked in this morning, you were citizens of 121 different countries. As you look around you now, everyone standing beside you, in front of you, behind you, is an Irish citizen. Why don't you congratulate them? before the congratulations gets too exuberant and I get into trouble, I'm going to invite people now to sit down again. As I think Judge Berkeley mentioned, you're now entitled to vote in referendums, in European elections, general elections. Next May we have the European elections and the local elections. So I would encourage all of you to ensure that you register with the local authority as new citizen voters, and that in May you, for the first time as Irish citizens, vote in both the European and local elections and exercise your democratic right in the same way. In exactly the same way that I and everyone else who's an Irish citizen will exercise it. Like me, you have one vote in each election that comes along. Not two, not three, just one. Yet people in the past have gotten into trouble for trying to vote more than once. So you should register. The other important thing that I know everyone in this room is familiar with, as Irish citizens, you're now entitled to an Irish passport, so congratulations on that as well. A special plea, we have by the end of today almost 4,000 new Irish citizens. Please don't everyone leave here and head to the passport office in Malta Street. They can't cope with 4,000 people arriving on the one day. But you can get access to your forms on the web and send them in with all the backup photos and information that's required. Now today, of course, is a very important day for all of you, and it's an important day for your families and your friends. Now, everyone here has spent an amount of this morning congratulating and applauding our new citizens. Could I ask our new citizens to thank their guests by giving them a round of applause for coming? I always say at these ceremonies that apart from our new citizens, the next most important group of people here are the large number of uninvited children who come along. And I want to thank the parents for bringing them, because it would be very scary to be up here on stage and making comments with an entirely silent room. The noise of children is fantastic, because they're the future. They're the future of this country. And I want to thank the very many, very well-behaved children, including the young lady up there who's swinging off something up there. She doesn't know we're talking about her though, she's happy. I want to thank the very well-behaved children for coming here. Let's give the children a round. Now, I think it's important when a happy event happens that you celebrate it. I'm conscious of people to enjoy the rest of the day, to celebrate the rest of the day, but as the advert goes, could you at least start the day by celebrating responsibly? There are some very nice places in town, in this city, where you can get extraordinarily good coffee and cake. If the celebration includes alcoholic beverage, don't start too early. Because I want today to be memorable, but memorable for the right reasons. What no one here wants to do is to meet a couple of colleagues at the Garda band later in the day because of the unexpected nature of the celebrations or the unintended consequences of celebrations that are taking place. Nor do I want to get a telephone call from the local chief superintendent to say, Minister, we have a number of people down at the Garda station who seem to be somewhat excited. And they keep on mentioning your name. Let's try and not do that. So enjoy the rest of today. I wish you well, I wish your families well, I wish your children well, I wish your future well. Thank you for joining us.